What's up YouTube, and welcome back to today's video. First off, hope you're all having a great day today. And in today's video, I'm going to be playing the full interview from the talk show I just went on called Trevor Moon's Dirt Racing Report. First off, I want to say thank you to Trevor for having me on the show. If you guys want to check him out, I linked his Facebook page at the top of the description. It's called Trevor Moon's Dirt Racing Report. I was the second sprint car driver he had on there before me. It was Shane Stewart, and then he did some other late model drivers. He's from the South, I think Georgia, I believe is where he's from. So that's where he covers some of the racing and all that, so you guys can definitely go check him out. I was pumped. I love doing interviews, whether it's a podcast or talk show or anything. I don't know what it is. I just love to talk. So I was pumped to get to do this interview. Also, just a heads up before I play the interview, I just recorded the audio from my side. So that's why I'm the loud one and he's the one coming through the phone. It's not like the other way around. Like if you listen from his end, then I'll be the quiet one and he'll be the loud one. But like I said, I'll link it at the top of the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview.
So how are you doing tonight, Mr. Tanner Holmes?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. All right, so we're just going to jump right into this interview. What was your first ever race car you have ever raced?
The first car that I raced was a QRC, I think. It was almost like a homemade chassis, actually, for an outlaw kart. And my dad owns a company, and he does work for some people. And the person he was doing work for, he actually happened to have a few karts. And one of my dad's best friends, they love going to the races together. My dad's best friend convinced him, like, hey, why don't you get your son started in racing? So it was like I said, it was either a QRC homemade. It was really, really weird, but definitely an older chassis, and it just something to go out and make laps in. And I got to go out to the local speedway and start racing it, and that's where my love for racing really started. So I'm glad that my dad's best friend was there, and I'm glad my dad finally got convinced that racing is something we want to do, and now it's just what we do all the time.
How did you get into racing? What made you want to get into racing?
So my dad, he kind of watched the races. You know, he went to Sonoma a few times with some of his friends. My dad never raced before. I'm a first generation racer, and he always had NASCAR playing, so that kind of intrigued me. And when I first started, I really didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know what an outlaw kart was called. I didn't know what a go-kart was. I just knew cars went fast and that I was going to drive something that had speed. So when I got into it, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what I was getting into. I actually, at 4 or 5 years old, I thought I was going to be driving this big car that looked like I was in NASCAR. I thought I was going to be on TV. And my dad would kind of always tell me that that's what it was going to be like, to encourage me and make me want to do it more. But it just ended up being outlaw kart racing. And now, of course, I understand it all, and working your way up through the ranks. So a lot of people ask that question, did your dad ever race? And no, I'm just a first generation racer, and we never knew racing what we wanted to do, but we found that at a young age.
Yes, sir. So can you tell us a little bit about the QRC kart?
Yeah, so factory QRC karts, they were born in the 1980s, 1990s, or not necessarily the QRC kart, but outlaw karts were born then. And QRC's main headquarters, they are in Red Bluff, California. It's kind of the birthplace of outlaw karts, and the Red Bluff Outlaws was the first track for them, and they did all this experimenting stuff with new engines and new chassis, and then they added roll cages, and then that's when QRC really became a business and starting to do that. And then I think it was in 2011 or 2012, somewhere right in there, the company got sold to Jimmy Elledge, which is the guy who owns it and runs it now. And he has house drivers. Logan Seavey's been a house driver before. I think Keith Bloom, a few others. And that's their business. You know, they put karts out on the racetrack, and they sell a lot of karts, whether it's beginner box stocks or like A90s, which is a box stock, and 250 chassis and opens. And they definitely, I would say most of the outlaw karts out there are QRCs. There's definitely some other brands, but QRC's just been around the longest, and they're great customer service. They've been doing it for a long time, so they know what they're doing. And I'm glad to say that I drive a QRC kart.
Yes, sir. So, jumping into a sprint car, how do you adjust driving a QRC car and jumping into a 360 sprint car?
Well, I think it's just a whole new mindset. The outlaw kart, everything happens really quick, and jumping from the limited to the actual 360 with 720 horsepower, definitely everything speeds up a little bit. Outlaw karts, I think, have just prepared me for everything happening so quick. At Red Bluff, you're getting slid, and then you're crossing someone up, and then you're on their inside, then they're on your outside, then they're on your inside, and everything just, the heat race goes by, it feels like, in 22 seconds. It's that quick. And then in the sprint car, you really have time to think about your decisions. You have time to run the top, run the bottom, and think about it going on the straightaway like, hey, what do I want to do? I mean, of course you don't have that much, but definitely more time than you do in the kart. So the transition over is more of just knowing what you're driving. Sometimes I struggle going from the sprint car to the outlaw kart because I like to seesaw my arms, because that's just how you drive a sprint car. You try to be as smooth as possible, but in the outlaw kart, sometimes maybe I'm up on the wheel a little bit too much, because in the kart you want to be really, really smooth. But going from the kart to the sprint car, I don't think I struggle much, because there's just one way to drive the sprint car. So just transitioning over, it's a lot of mental, just trying to get your head in the game and know what you have to do each time you're in whatever car you're in.
Yes, sir. So going to your sprint car, in your racing career, would you like to travel a World of Outlaw series, or would you like to just run some locals?
The World of Outlaws is the way I want to head, or any just top series. I know there's the All-Star Circuit of Sprints. Those are right up there at the World of Outlaws with touring series, or there's ASCS. Any of them would be a blast. The World of Outlaws is the top of the line. I would love to do 70 or 80 shows a year in a 410 sprint car at a bunch of different racetracks. It looks like so much fun, and the guys, they love that type of lifestyle, and I've kind of got a taste of what that's like, getting to run a few speed weeks this year of life on the road. So I've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next season. And the World of Outlaws, it's definitely going to take a lot of hard work to get there. That would definitely be one of my goals, and I just got to continue doing what I'm doing, and just hopefully the opportunity presents itself or whatnot. But definitely it would be fun.
Yes, sir. So if you had anybody to drive for in sprint car racing, who would it be? Would you like to race for Casey Kane or somebody like that, or would you like to keep on racing for your dad?
I love racing with my dad. I think we work together really well. Sometimes we butt heads, but that's just that father-son relationship. You know, we're both so competitive, and we both try to bring out the best in one another, whether that's he's trying to make me just be so fast, so smooth, and I'm trying to, like, hey, we're trying to work together hard to get the setup dialed just how it needs to be. I'm trying to give feedback, maybe say, hey, maybe, Dad, we should try this, this, and this, and he's like, and he has his experience because he's been setting up my outlaw kart for a long time. We're both so new to the sprint car. It's a whole new world with setting up, and we have a crew chief who's been helping us all season long just learn and dialing in the setup every single time we're at the racetrack. If I could drive for any team, I think Casey Kane, KKR, or Tony Stewart. Both of those sprint car teams, this year they finished 1-2 in points. And you just look at the success Donnie Schatz has. Now, it's not like Donnie has that success just because he's driving for Tony Stewart. He has that success because he's one of the best. But Tony Stewart, their sprint car team is top-notch, and they know what they're doing. And KKR, they're on the come-up. They've won a championship with Darren Pittman. They just won a Knoxville Nationals. So I think if one day I could ever hop in that equipment, it would just be a complete dream come true, and that would be like the dream ride.
Yes, sir. So, going to your sprint car world, what is what is your highest achievement in a sprint car racing you would like to win? Like, would you like to win the Knoxville Nationals or something like that?
Yeah, Knoxville, I think, is at the top for 410 sprint car racing. There's so many big races. Even if I think my goal would be just to win an outlaw main event. I mean, it's so cool to see first-time winners. This season we saw Gio Selzy. He's a local Northern California kid, and he's been running in Northern California in 410 sprint cars and winning, and then he went and won Williams Grove for the night one of the National Open. So I think winning an Outlaw A-Main would be just an achievement you want to get to first, and then we can start talking about Knoxville Nationals or Kings Royal. Those are the two big races, but the Outlaws put on so many big shows like the National Open or just showdowns that happen every week that pay, that can pay 20 grand to win or 10 grand to win. So there's so many big races to do, and just an Outlaw A-Main event win, I guess. We got to get there first.
Yes, sir. So where would you like to go in your racing career from a sprint car? Would you like to go to dirt late models, modified, or would you like to hit NASCAR or something like that?
I've talked to a lot of people that have asked if I'm ever going to go the late model route or the modified route, and those things look like a bunch of fun. I've never really got to go to a lot of races that have the big late model series or any of that. So one of these days I would like to hit one of those and watch and see really what they're all about, watch the top of the line guys race in those, because I've seen the World of Outlaw late model series on TV and watching some on YouTube and stuff, and those guys are going fast and they make some good moves. NASCAR would be so fun. That's, I guess, every little kid's dream. So that's still my dream to make it to NASCAR. But World of Outlaws or NASCAR, either route would be really fun. Asphalt is a whole new game. I think dirt seems like it's more fun to watch. Asphalt can be fun too, and I think I like dirt. Just I like the sliding around. I like the cushion. I like the slickness. You know, I haven't ran a lot of asphalt, so I'm not even gonna judge it at all. I think it could be a lot of fun too. I've only ran like one race in it. So NASCAR, World of Outlaws, those would be the two routes, and would like to run more stock cars, you know, growing up. That'd be cool just to try out the asphalt thing.
Yes, sir. So going back to your whole racing career, why did you pick the number 18? I know I've watched some of your YouTube videos of Kyle Busch. Is that the reason why you picked 18T?
Yeah, Kyle was my childhood hero growing up. He still is. I look up to the guy. I was rooting for him in the championship. I like his driving style. I like how he never gives up. I like how he wants it that bad, and he wants it more than everyone else. So I strive to be that. You know, I want it more than everyone else. I want to make it. I want to win this race. Even just little things like I want to qualify quick time, and Kyle just always has wanted it more than everyone, or he'll be so aggressive. So there's a lot I can learn from him and watching him, and he just growing up, and he's matured a lot too, so that's cool, because I know a lot of people are like, well, he's a crybaby, or he's this, you know, but he's definitely matured a lot growing up, and he's definitely a heck of a wheelman.
Yes, sir. Well, tonight on Trevor's Race Report, I'd like to ask you the big question of the night. Where would you be racing this weekend?
We are racing at the River Arena Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. It's the big Vern Wheeler Senior Memorial, so I think it's going to pay $2,100 to win come Sunday. That's the second day of the event. On Saturday, it's $500 to win the A, so it's going to be an exciting show, and it's also the turkey shootout. It's like two races in one. So I'm hoping to go up there and see if we can win big money and give them all a run. So I think we're going to have a lot of guys from California, a lot of guys from Washington, and it's just going to be an exciting show. I think we're going to have a pretty good car count.
Yes, sir. So if you can, tell us a little bit about your website and where they can purchase your merch.
Yeah, you can get everything at www.tannerholmes.com. We'll be selling stuff for Christmas, have some all the merchandise go up. We're getting ready to get our sweatshirts, and we got our hats and our t-shirts. And so that's been really exciting to do all that. I love meeting all the kids at the racetrack and looking forward to a weekend. I know every time I get to go up in Roseburg, I get to see so many little kids, and I love getting to put a smile on their faces, and I love just meeting them and talking racing, because I live and breathe racing. So really, really exciting for this upcoming weekend. Merry Christmas and Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. Hope you have a great holiday season.
Yes, sir, you too. Well, we at Trevor's Race Report want to thank you again for coming on tonight. And you have a good 2019 season, and we hope to see you in Victory Lane.
Thank you. Have a great day, buddy.
Yes, sir, you too. Thank you for coming on tonight.
This was my second upload for the day. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I just want to wish you guys all a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Like I said, I love doing interviews. I love to talk, whether it's podcast, talk show, go on someone else's channel and do a live interview. So all of that is just so much fun, and I definitely want to continue to post when I go on other people's stuff on my YouTube channel, because like I said, just love to talk. But anyway, I'll see you guys all this weekend is Roseburg. We have a 2-day show up at the River Arena Speedway. We're going to be racing for some big money, so hopefully we do get up there. Like I said, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys all have a great Black Friday, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Deuces.